Hi there, I'm here to collect my shopping. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Hey!
Hey,
You're in
Inès.
Paris!
I am.
And you didn't call me.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. Mwah. Mwah.
How are you?
I'm very good.
When did you arrive?
I just arrived. Oh my God, and of course
Already at
shopping.
Vivier. Good.
Shall we go for a spin in your beautiful city?
Yeah,
I have
why
my
not?
car here.
Wow, what a car!
Nice, huh?
Love your car.
Thank you. This is a very different Café à la Mode episode because I've never actually interviewed a Parisian for this
really?
series. Never. So you are the very
funny.
first. And of course we have the ultimate lady of chic. The ultimate lady of Paris.
Today
to
was
show us.
raining, and then I was like this. The ultimate chic.
So Inès, can you tell me what has been your favorite show so far during Fashion Week?
Listen, I went to Jacques Mus. At the beginning, I didn't want to go because it was far from the center and late in the evening. And then my daughter said, come on, Jacques Mus is the best, she's 19. And then we went, and he did a decor like south of France.
Yes.
All the girls were very fresh and nice. Actually, it rather looked like a summer collection than a winter collection. But it was so nice, well done, innovative but wearable, and beautiful bags, many details. And I thought it was something new happening in fashion. And a very good atmosphere and jolly. And fashion has to be like this, not uptight and boring and serious.
What are your 3 favorite trends from the show so far?
Listen, there's a lot of white this season. White coats, white pants or jackets. And I love to fight prejudices. So many women, they think that you have to put dark colors in winter and light colors in summer. Which is stupid, you can do whatever you want. Also, I show my own collection, and like all the designers, I couldn't sleep the day before because I was anguished. And then when I was watching Instagram, and then I saw there were a lot of white, and I had a white velvet suit.
Beautiful.
And then that's why I was especially happy. Also, the proportions are changing, because for a long time we had these very, very tight jeans, like skinny jeans, and leggings and all that, and tiny jackets, very short, and things in what you can move. And now the proportions since few seasons have been changed a lot, and everything is extra large. And I think it's quite nice, and it's like the clothes of somebody else, and feels comfy and makes things very stylish. Like the shirts are big, like you took the shirt of your boyfriend, And this, I love it. I can't stand sneakers anymore.
Enough of sneakers.
No, but I shouldn't say that, because at Roger Vivier we have beautiful sneakers and they're very, very successful.
You're tired of sneakers?
Yeah, a little bit.
And so what's the next thing for you, do you think?
Really sophisticated things in satin with embroideries and strass and things like this. And like fairy tale shoes. And then it was great because yesterday at Roger Vivier first presentation we had all kind of
lots
things
of
like
those.
this. Yeah.
How do you make strass, embroidery, feathers? How do you make that modern? How do you wear it with modernity?
I think it depends with what you're wearing them. And then if you have too much strass, too much hair done, too much makeup, too much jewelry, the whole thing together. Except if you're a Christmas tree during Christmas time. And then, but sometimes it's fun to have a bit of strass in the daytime.
Yes.
The other day I was dressed up in a very boring way. I had just a white jacket, white pants. It was a little bit too simple, but I had this golden bag from Vivier with a strass buckle, and it gave a little bit of happiness. Yeah.
Right.
And then, and sometimes with white jeans and sweater, but suddenly you have just ballerinas, but a little bit sparkling like this, and it gives something fun. Sometimes it's fun to wear things for evening in the daytime and things for daytime in the evening. Yeah.
So change it all around. reverse it.
Clothes are there to help you to look better.
Right.
They're not there to show them, except if you're a model. The clothes are not important, and
Right.
one should respect it. I mean, I respect beauty, I respect talent,
Right.
I respect creativity, and but clothes are not the essential things in life.
Right.
Love, your friends, health, there's many things before. Even if my whole life was about fashion and luxury and beauty and handcraft, I think it's important to have a distance.
Right. And to have a sense of reality, because that's not your
Sure.
be-all and end-all.
And I'm against consumerism.
Right.
I've been a great shopaholic, promise. And then I always have many desires. I thought when I would be a grown-up or an old lady like
Right.
I am, it would stop. Not so much.
No?
Okay, we're gonna meet Eric. He's
Yes.
a great old friend of mine. Let's go.
Yay!
It's a very small lift.
Les vieilles copines qui se retrouvent.
Finalement, j'ai pu venir.
Hello.
Voilà,
Hello, nice to meet you. I'm
de
Kenneth, nice to
Singapour.
meet you. I'm Kenneth, so nice to meet you.
Chandler was a star model in the 80s.
No, really amazing. I'm so nice
She
to
was
meet
doing
you.
all the shows. And this, I don't know the name of this building. This is my friend Eric.
So nice to meet you.
And since a while, he's doing his own brand, all in linen, many shapes,
And so easy.
and so easy.
So
And
easy.
The idea
elegant.
is no button, no zip, no lining.
Right.
You have to wear it like a t-shirt.
Like a
And you-
t-shirt. I love that.
Do you sell in Singapore?
Not yet.
We have to
Oh,
introduce
yeah.
you.
Duboshi, Eric Berger. Would you like champagne? Congratulations.
Beautiful clothes. See you later. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Where are we off to next? I'm excited.
We can go and see my shop.
Yes, I love that.
Gregory is the name of our driver, and he knows my shop. Welcome
Thank
home.
you.
I wanted the bazaar. I wanted to find all kind of things and to have the impression of a toy shop. I love paper book notebooks.
Yes,
Oh, this is the book I was
Yes.
talking about. This is an old picture of me at Le Palace.
Who shot that?
A guy called Philippe Morillon, who was a famous photographer at this time.
Wonderful.
And here, the shop was like this when I found, and then I said, the wall is beautiful, leave it
Leave
like
it.
this. Here, it's where we make the clothes. It's not made in France, it's made in Paris.
Kenneth, nice to meet you.
We can have all the clothes made there. Sarah, I don't have to do fittings with her, really.
Right.
She knows
She knows it
everything.
inside out.
I can fake for the camera, like, I put it more, but it's not true. I
Kids,
work in a
cold.
very old-fashioned way. There's many designers. They send directly their drawings
Yes, to the factory.
to the factory. But I'm old school. And then I think it makes a difference at the end, you know. For me, it's important to touch the
feel.
fabrics during the fittings. When you have the fabric and all, sometimes just watching the fabric, it gives you an idea.
Yes. What season is up there?
No, it's a mixture.
Is a mixture?
Sometimes there's some shapes that we really like,
Right.
or that are very successful.
What's up there? Various
And
collections.
various collections. I don't know why she keeps that, Sarah. She's a little bit crazy. She's Swedish, you know. They're very eccentric Swedish people.
And these are your drawings?
No. I work with Eric. I hate my drawings.
Why?
I should go and talk to a shrink, maybe. There's so many places in Paris. I did this guide, and I've put plenty of post-its like this because I thought, Ken maybe would be happy to go there and there and there.
I would love to go. We will spend a week discovering. So you were talking about Karl. Tell me your feelings and thoughts about his recent passing.
Listen, today I would like to say sad things because I'm sad. But Karl was just the opposite of sadness. And we were giggling like children all the time. And I remember in the 80s in the studio, and we were laughing all the time. It was very jolly. And people imagine something very sophisticated,
Right.
pretentious. Not at all. Karl, for instance, during fittings, he wanted to go and see an antique shop or go and buy records. And then we would escape from Chanel and go listen to music or see antique things. And he was making jokes all the time, or funny drawings
Right.
of people we know, or somebody was popping in dressed up in a funny way. He would make a draw out of
Right.
it. And bringing many catalogs, books, or magazines. He wanted to have fun. He never wanted to redo clothes that he did.
Right.
Like we would change the shapes each time.
Were
of
you
the
very
jackets.
involved with the design process?
I was there during the fittings and then sitting next to him. And then he was telling me, what do you think? What do you
Right.
think? And then I was feeling very comfortable, I would say, very honestly. And I was a little bit like the clown of the king, you know?
Right.
And I remember sometimes where we would see what we call la toile, which means the clothes before we
Yes.
choose the fabric. He would tell me, what kind of fabric would you put on this?
Right.
And then I would choose one and he would tell me it's a good idea or it's a bad idea. And sometimes we were choosing fabrics together and then he would show me a piece of black crepe
Right.
and another piece of black crepe and he would say, which one do you prefer? And then for me it was exactly the same. And then I was saying, this one, Karl, and he said, oh, you're right, it's much better quality. But then I've been learning a lot.
So he was really your education in fashion.
In fashion, no, because my grandmother loved fashion and dressed
Right.
up in haute couture. And
Right.
what you see as a child is important. I was a lot in museums and
Yes.
things, traveling. And then fashion is culture, you know,
Yes.
all what you see, the movies and all. But working, the work of designer, I've learned it really with Karl, because even if I've been working with all of them, Saint Laurent and all, Gaultier, Mugler and all, to be in the studio and to stay in the studio was Chanel and Karl. And then I always say it was the best school and the best teacher. And because when you're a model, you're not there to choose the fabrics.
Yes.
And you're there when the clothes is finished.
Yes.
Finally. And then also sometimes, you know, I was like a customer, and then I was saying, oh, I would love to have a coat in this fabric,
Right.
a big, large coat, for instance. And then Karl would tell me, make a draw, like this I understand. And then I was drawing the coat,
Right.
and then he was saying, your draw is not bad, but where are the pockets? How do you close the coat? Where do you sew the things?
Right.
Where is it? On the shoulder? If you give this to
Right.
the atelier, they won't understand. They'll
Right.
come back with your drawing.
Right.
And then he did it in a very kind way. But like this, I was learning. You
Right.
know? And the best way to learn, it's of course to go to school. And there's fashion school. But when you're there with couture, atelier, and high fashion people who are the best in the world,
Yes.
finally, huge privilege. And also, he was all the time saying, because sometimes I was saying, it's awful this and all, and he would say, we're doing fittings, and the purpose of fittings is to try.
Right.
And then sometimes it's not nice, but let's try.
Right.
And I think this was interesting because it meant we have to make mistakes.
Right.
And there's no good taste. It has to be a little bit risky.
Right.
And nobody knows, you know, because with words, things can be beautiful and it can be awful, but in reality, it's different.
Yes.
I remember once that there were very tight pants, straight like this, and he told me, go and choose a fabric. And I came back with a big roll of
Yes.
pale green taffeta.
Right.
And then Karl was a bit surprised. He said, usually we don't use this kind of fabrics for
Right.
this kind of shapes. You know,
Right.
because taffeta is rather
Yes.
big, large dress, you know. But I was unprofessional,
Right.
you know. And because I was not professional, I made this suggestion.
Right.
And Karl said, we'll try.
Right.
If it's awful, it's awful.
Right.
If it's good, it's good. And it was good.
Fantastic.
And but it could have been terrible. And then he was bright enough to understand that even if I didn't know my work, it could be a good idea.
Right.
And he was not pretentious, because if he would have been pretentious, he would have said, listen, I'm Karl Lagerfeld,
Yes.
I'm working since I'm
Yes.
16 in high fashion. And then
Yes. Everyone talks about left bank style. Does it exist?
Absolutely, because when you walk there on the right side of the Seine, it's very cosmopolitan, it's very international, sometimes a little bit uptight, quite luxurious, and sometimes, a little bit square.
Right.
And on the left bank, there's much more students and young people, there's a lot of schools, and they're much more casual. And then the style is very different. And there's Saint-Germain-des-Prés, you know,
Yes.
where Juliette Gréco, Jean-Paul Sartre, all in the 50s, 60s and all. There were a lot of parties and things and happening there, nightclubs and all. And that's this cool atmosphere that still exists. And it's very much about Parisian style.
What is Parisian style in 5 words?
Parisian style is casual and sophisticated. It's new and vintage. And people say it's effortless. It's not true, because they make effort, but it seems there's no effort. For instance, no logos. The obsession is not to look wealthy.
Right.
It's to look cool and to feel cool. Because I think women, when they feel comfortable and they feel beautiful and nice, they become beautiful and nice.
Right.
One shouldn't dress up to show off with friends or people, like look at my new jacket,
Right.
you know? But to feel alright. And we're working in fashion, and then immediately I would say, oh, where does your
Right.
coat come from? And I love your sweater, and you have new shoes, you know? Because it's my work.
Right.
Most of the people, they enjoy fashion, they enjoy clothes and style, but they watch at your eyes and your face, what you say, and they're not so much obsessed like we are. It's good to know that, because you feel much more cool.
So the cool factor is an important part of style and of fashion.
Yeah, even if you have the best clothes on earth and all the last things and all, but if you're a boring person, not smiley, who doesn't listen to the others, and who's self-conscious all the time, you know, like this,
Right.
no interest. I used to say all that to my daughters all the time, you know, dress up, take care of yourself in your bathroom, have white teeth, that's important, and but after, forget it. And if you don't smile, nice person, it's unuseful to look great the way you are.
It's so interesting you say that, because fashion as we see it on the street style, this whole craziness in front of Fashion Week, everyone is so conscious of themselves. But in your eyes, is that stylish?
No, when you go in the studios and you see the mood boards of the designers, it's never all these fashion victims you see around fashion shows. It's Lee Radziwill or Marella Agnelli in Capri in the 60s, in the coolest holidays outfits, you know, it's a detail. It's Marilyn Monroe, but not with a long dress and huge gloves. It's Marilyn Monroe with her hair undone and a big Irish sweater. Or it's a picture of a movie, or it can be a painting, it can be a sculpture, and it can be many things that inspire designers, but it's not all this crazy circus, never. I think it's important to have style, to get informed by fashion and what's going on, because there's some people that tell me, oh, I don't care about fashion, I never watch a magazine, and then I want to tell them I can see that, you know. But it's important to dare to be different, dare to not to follow, and to have your own choice, and dare to do mistakes, And you can love fashion and style and clothes and handcraft and beauty, but don't show it too much.
Right. I love that. I love that. What's the one thing everyone should do when they come to Paris?
Do you know what? To get lost would be important. It means you have to walk, because like this you really see the country, the city. A little street can be very charming, and it's better to lose time, not to be too busy. The best is to have a friend in the city, because always when you have a friend you see different places. But it's better to not to see plenty of things. You know, sometimes people, when they're traveling, they think I have to do this and this and this.
Right.
They're much too busy. In Paris, it's nice to walk in the street and stay in cafe outside and appreciate time. Time is precious, and to realize the present moment, this is real luxury. And then lose time. You have you can after go to the Louvre and visit all the museums and the things, but losing time is important. And then it was absolutely fantastic to lose a little bit of time with you.
Thank you for
And it
losing
was
time with me.
Holidays for me. You know where you
So
can
precious.
find me. Next time, I don't want to see you in the shop like this.
Okay.
You have to call me before.
I will, for sure.
Okay, but
Thank
it
you
was a
so
good
much.
surprise.
Thank you for being part of Café à la Mode and
Café
showing
à
me
la mode.
Café à la Mode and showing me such a precious part of Paris in the eyes of Inès.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye,
See you
Gregory.
soon.
Bye bye.